Hello everyone and welcome. This is now Dreaming Sarah. We're going to find 100% of the achievements, and this is the order of the items I pick up. So starting with the umbrella. Hopefully I'll explain to the best of my ability what we're doing and the reason why we grab it before we grab certain items. Hopefully. So as soon as we start, wake up and go left. Eventually you will run straight into the umbrella. It's part of the story, like all these achievements are, just minimizing backtracking. So along your journey to the left, you'll find this sign that you can move. If you move it into this direction as I've shown you, this will save some time for later on. So now once we have grabbed the umbrella, now we can glide across now to the left side. So now once we have glided across, we're now going to go inside the building. Ignore this sign is already correct. Now once we go up the elevator, and as soon as you leave the building, you can either go left or right, but I believe if you go right, it's slightly quicker. The reason why we grab the hat, because we have to go all the way to the right to grab the bag of seeds, and then we can go into the sand level. It's not really a level, is it? It's just like a very short section. So now with the umbrella and bag, oh no, sorry, not bag seed, the umbrella and the hat equipped or in our possession. Once we leave this area, this time we want to go all the way to the right. I do speed up from time to time the video, so just so I don't waste you guys' time. I believe there's 2 to 3 parts when I actually do it, but this is not one of the parts. And also, just so you're aware, if you pick up certain items, I don't know exactly which items, it will trigger something in this main hub area. So this main green area I'm going to call the hub, because that's where most of the levels will be located. So once we get to the next sign, turn it so it's flat or horizontal, vertical, whichever way that is. Of course, I don't know which way it is because I'm recording now. But once you spoke to the chap in the chair or the bench, you will find the bag of seeds. Now from here with the bag of seeds, we're now going to go on top of the house. And the only way to get the compass, we need a bag of seeds and the hat. And umbrella. So once you find the kid in the sandbox, if you just talk to him, give him his hat, and then he will load up the next section for you. Now as soon as you enter, just head right until you find the compass. To be honest, the compass is pretty pointless because if you're watching this video, you don't need a compass. We only need this just so we can beat the game. We need to have all items to be able to beat the game. So once you grab the compass, now go left. If you go right, it will make you go in a continuous loop. I didn't do it for that long. I went for like 6-7 screens to the right and it just kept on looping. So if you go left, you jump in the well, and now we're in the lava section. Just be aware that try to remember where this place is, because we have to come back here once we grab the magnifying glass. So now once you go to the very bottom, you have to go right. And then once the lava starts raising up, you will find some signs that will lead you into the right direction. And then you'll find some signs that have some question marks on. So now once you find your first signs, just keep going right, and then it'll say question mark. Just all you have to do is follow this up all the way to the top. And also remember how to get back here as well. We need to jump into that portal yet, but we can't do that yet because we need the magnifying glass, because there's a section inside there that will require for the magnifying to be used. And since we're in the lava area, we need to jump down anyway. We can't get back up where we jumped down from, and we can actually grab the paint bucket. This item is useless unless you really like changing colors for your character. It does no purpose of the game whatsoever, apart from you need the item to beat the game. So now once we grab the paint bucket, we're now going to go in the doorway to your left and make sure you press this switch. So this will activate the moving platforms down below, so be careful going down the spike trap once again for a second time. So now we're going to go back into the lava section again, and we're going now back to that purple doorway that we saw, or the purple magical, whatever you want to call it, thing. So now with the required items that we have now found, as soon as you enter this portal, go left and you will find a Castlevania type little scenery. Once you go in the gate, enter the first set of double doors. Now from here you want to go left. Now once you go through this door, this next part will be a puzzle. So go through the first door to your left and now go up the ladder and go through the second door. Once you've done that, now head back down to the door to your left, once again go inside and go past the ladder and go down the next set of ladders you see. Once you go in this door, this will teleport you to the next part of the area. Now this is where I make the video go fast, because all you have to do is go all the way to the left. No jumping involved. And eventually you should run into your set of glasses. Now the next thing we're going to find is the ID card. This one's not too bad either. So once you eventually make it down to the lower level of this area, so once you go through the next loading screen type of thing, whatever you call it, and just keep going right. Ignore the door just for now. And go right. To be honest, you can go for that door now if you wanted to, but I prefer getting the ID first. Now with your newly required glasses, you can see these invisible platforms now. Once you use the glasses, you're in the next section. So this one could be a pain in the bum and try to remember where to go. But yeah, I didn't enjoy this part. And in this room, you will find your ID card. And then the next part is really fun. You got to try and find your way out again. Probably if you do a speed run, probably recommended not to do this first. Only if you know exactly where you're going. And then once you come out, jump to the right, and now we're going to go through that one single black door as well. So now we're going to find the heart-shaped key and the secret, the sole reason why we grabbed the magnifying glass in the first place, so we can grab these two achievements. If you didn't have the magnifying glass, then you can't get any of these two achievements. So now to get the heart-shaped key properly, all we need to do is grab, I can't remember exactly how many of these stars, but I think it's between 7 and 10. Didn't really count them, to be honest. But once you grab the final star, you will get the key. And also the game is a big tease as well. If you don't have the magnifying glass and think you can get away with only grabbing the stars, you are very mistakenly wrong. Because the game will literally put a one single star in this very small gap. So we need to get the magnifying glass anyway. Now run all the way to the right, you will find a heart here. This will be the secret number 3. Don't really know what the significant thing of that heart is there for. But anyway, we got the achievement. And now we're going to grab the last, I believe, one more star to go, and that will be it for this castle section completely. We got the key, yay! Now this one was pretty much pot luck. When I was playing this, I wanted to see what the heart-shaped key did. I know there was one door in the main hub area. I didn't realise there was another doorway in the castle. So I thought I might as well see where it goes. Then realised it took me here. Of course, I didn't record me actually like learning to do it. I had to do this multiple playthroughs, and then I just ran to the right and thought, sod it, I go inside this sand bit, see if there's anything else, and lo and behold, there are some aliens. And you have to use the magnifying glass, sorry, you have to use the glasses to be able to see them. So all this was just pot luck. I just went in here to see if there's anything new happened, and lo and behold, there was. And I still had my glasses equipped. So this secret one is required for the magnifying glass. So once we go back into the main hub area, we want to go right now and go into the tower again. I mean, if you even look at the achievement list, you can clearly see where you need to, what you need to do for some of these secrets. There's not really hidden away. Apart from secret 5, I think it's secret 5. And the alien one we just did. I don't think that was any significant, it tells you what to do. So with your magnifying glass, make the eyeball go small. That's all you have to do. Now the juice box. Now go back into the main hub once again and carry on going right. And now we're going to grab the juice box. This will be required for the, I believe it's near the end. Once we go through, it looks like somebody's mouth, and you be encountered by a blood smiley face. And then you give him the juice box to get rid of him. But yeah, as soon as you leave the main building, you want to go right. You'll see a lady next to the flower. We don't really need to speak to her. And then we'll find a lady in a stand that will give you a free juice box for some reason. You don't have to do no quest for her, just you simply grab it. Now the pill. Same place, just keep running right and you will find a water blob or an ice block right next to where the starting location of the game is. Now once you enter, just go left. You don't have to speak to these little weird things. Once you pick up the pill, I think the only way you can get out is use the pill. The pill will take you back to the very beginning of the level, or the starting location, I should say. And now the pill can be very handy. Once we get to a section and we've finished all that section, we can use the pill to then teleport back to the main hub if it's quicker to get to the next location. So for the stuffed doll, you remember all them signs we turned? Well, not all, but just simply 2 signs we turned. And it done like a save, and then you heard some unlocking happen. So yeah, we're going to get the stuffed doll now. So if you've already done the signs, this doorway down below will be unlocked. Go through the TV and into the red zone. The best way I can say or describe this bit, once you get to the pyramid, it's probably the best bet to indicate where to jump down. So this will be the pyramid section. You jump off the platform and you can just really just fall down fast, but if you're not too sure, you can just keep on hovering down with the umbrella. So this area is pretty damn simple to go around, but other than that, it's all good. So now for this one, I believe you can actually, if you jump off and hold the umbrella, I missed the platform there, that's where we need to go. But if you actually hold the umbrella and glide, you should hopefully make it first time, not on my second attempt. Once you use the yellow rocket, we're now going to find the secret too. This will be the bunny. Depending when the bunny is, you can go around the quicker ways to the left, but all the time I have found that bunny is to the right side. He's never once yet been on the left side of the moon. Now once we go into the pub, this is where the ID comes in handy. Because if you've run here first, you have to backtrack anyway, because the ID will give you this next sequence. So once you go into the La La Land, you'll be on a highway. Now all you have to do is run directly to the right. There's no jumping up and down, doing backflips, doing moonwalking, just simply go to the right. Once you go past the car crash and yourself on the floor, you will find a bullet nearby. Now once you pick up that bullet, we can now return, not yet though, back to where that lady's playing the piano in the previous room, or the bar. Now we're going to find the shell necklace, because that is the nearest location next to us, so that'll be to the left. Now if we keep going to the left, you will find a grandfather clock. We need to enter this grandfather clock twice, but for the first one we're just going to get the necklace. So once you are here, you will need to find a hole that you can jump down and glide very slowly. Once you find the hole, now glide to the right and hopefully you see a cluster of circle balls. Just now, when you went past it, you don't get much time to see it. But once you see it, keep going right a little bit and slowly lower yourself down until you get into this hole. It can be kind of tricky to find it at first, but once you find it, it's not too bad. And then go over the water and you will find the shell necklace. I'm not going to speak through this next section. All you have to do is get to a toilet. If you happen to find the toilet seat, that will only take you to the main hub above. So I'd recommend, if you see that, just skip it and keep looking for your toilet. Now once we come out the toilet, if you just keep going right and go through the next doorway. Once you go through that doorway, you want to go left. I believe you don't have to speak to the guard yet. You will find a demented looking child on your left side as well. So once you spoke with her, then she will ask you kindly to distract the guard. And then you do so. Then she goes inside and yeah, she goes inside. And then, so nice of her to drop off the bus card for us. Apparently she didn't need it, so we're going to take it for her. Now for the next thing, we're going back to the lady playing the piano, or the lady in black, let's say, playing the piano. We could use the pill, but there's no point using the pill because the bus stop takes us more closer to where we need to go. And now just go back to the lady. Not much explanation needs to be done here. Just, yeah, get to her, get the achievement, move on. And if you'd like to, you can return back for a second time. Just leave the door and come back and you'll see this crime scene. A dead woman. And then I did go left to make sure the bartender's okay, because our alcohol is more important. Now once you use the pill to go back to the main hub, we're now going to go back into the grandfather clock. This time we're not going to go and grab the shell. Oh, sorry, not going to that location again to grab the shell, since we already got it. But instead, if you pay close attention to the screen, as soon as you drop down, glide all the way to the right and don't lower yourself fast. Once you see the cluster of circle oranges things, drop down. Hopefully this should be the exact location we need to drop down into the tooth. So you'll find this blood clot looking thing on your tooth, or someone's tooth anyway, or teeth. And you use the orange juice to kill it. And once you go into the hospital, you go left to the receptionist, talk to the receptionist about 3 times, and eventually she tells you the doctor's got lost. And then you have to go all the way to the right. And then you'll find the good old doctor stuck in a vending machine. Once you have spoken to the good old doctor, you now want to go to his office, located right next to where the reception is located. Once you go inside, and you'll hopefully see the doctor. And now the doctor will give you the watch. After we have grabbed the slow motion watch, there is nothing else for me to explain. All we need to do now is beat the game to get the 100%.